Welcome. In today's lesson, we're going to be discussing sponsored content, which is essentially paying websites to write articles about your products or your business, usually with a link back to your website. And so if the website receives a lot of traffic that's related to your business, it can be a good way to push some additional sales, definitely. The strategy that I usually try and do with sponsored content is use it in a way to enhance your SEO efforts as well. Then it can really be a valuable effort to kind of pursue. In fact, as an agency, I would say the majority of our SEO efforts are related to sponsored content, finding very valuable websites that allow sponsored content and then purchasing links and articles from those sites. So it can be a really good strategy to go down. You don't necessarily need to have a huge budget to do a lot of sponsored content. A lot of these websites you can do for fairly low price, a few $100s. You can get some good links and articles, and it can pay for itself very quickly, especially when you consider SEO as part of the overall strategy. So I'm going to look at. I'm just in Ahrefs right now. I'm just going to look at this website, just a company I'm familiar with. So if I were to look at their keywords. Let's see here, position. Let's go from 2 to 8. I'll show results there. Okay, so looking at this, their list of keywords and their placements, I would ask, what is there any particular products that they're pushing right now? So if they have linen sheets that they're really pushing, or Dove inserts, or maybe they have a new pillowcase that just came out, right? That's a good example. So pillowcase, they're number 2, right, for that keyword. Obviously, pillowcase is an extremely valuable keyword if you're selling pillowcases, right? So that would be a keyword worth developing. And what I would do is, let's see here, let's go ahead and have a search for this keyword here. This is using a lot of Ahrefs. Well, we'll get into some other stuff in just a minute if you're not using Ahrefs. Okay, so they're there, and then so Healthline. Okay. Now, is this what I'm wondering is this sponsored content, or is this it's got to be. Yeah, so this is an affiliate or a sponsored content setup, and this is number 1 in search results, right? So Healthline, obviously very powerful website. They have all these links here. Let's see if they have this company. Yeah, I don't even see it on there. So if I was a Parachute, this company that we're using as an example, I would say potentially get some links from this website, right? If you can get one link from Healthline, they might already have some, but let me actually double check. It's the number 1 placement for pillowcase. So that is an extremely valuable link to have to your website. That's basically passing SEO power from their website to your website. And a lot of people are also reading that article. So that's extremely valuable. Now, what you can do there is, have them write a new article if you're paying them, right? Like if they agreed and they were willing to do that, have them write a new article about your pillowcases, right? Or they can edit their current article, which is a link placement. So they could have, they had this list of other companies. They could potentially go through and add your company and a link to your site, right? And a lot of websites do that. A lot of websites might not. So it's just out of curiosity. I'm just going to take a look and see if they have any for. Okay, so that's cooling pillowcases. Okay, so they have a link from Healthline for cooling blankets, but not for pillowcases. Yeah, so maybe an additional link from that domain. Even though you already have a link from that domain, I mean that's still really valuable. That's a very probably pricey, and but that's definitely delivering a good amount of sales for you. So let's see here, let me just go ahead and lay out this other strategy if I can find, let's see here. Take a back look at the links, show results. Okay, and you can filter, let's see here. Okay, so you can filter what are listed as sponsored links to the page, right? So you can get a look, just as an example. Okay, yeah, they're doing, I mean, this is great SEO, sponsored content development. You know, brides.com, Refinery29, these are all very, very powerful websites. Now their SEO is very on point. They're spending a ton of money on all, yeah, Thrillist, you're doing it right. So what I would do is take a look at, there's some of these other businesses they're pretty closely related to theirs, and take a look at their links that are going to their website, right? Just out of curiosity. Sponsored, okay, cool. Yeah, so same sort of link structure these guys are doing. Yeah, now they're important. So I mean, I would look through here and see what sort of sponsored content these guys were doing for their own website, and see if there's any websites I could potentially contact, and see if they'd be willing to do sponsored content for my own site. You know, these guys are competing for a lot of similar keywords. So that's the sort of strategy with Ahrefs. So outside of that, there's one strategy that I've used for a few times. This is more for luxury items. I'm just reminded because of this company, Parachute, is a luxury bedding company. But one strategy is, so with luxury items, sometimes an effective strategy is to get your article or review on a high authority website. So this would be, this is just an example on Business Insider. So when someone reads an article on a high authority website, it inspires a bit of trust, right? Like you're not coming across as just some company that's showing an ad. You're coming across as a Business Insider article that's being promoted. So then this applies a lot to like real estate, like higher end real estate, luxury items. There's a lot of stuff that might fall under this category. So if I'm a person and I'm on Facebook, I see a Facebook ad for Business Insider. Hey, I read Business Insider every day. What's that, bedding? What's that about, right? Click that. I come here. I read the article on this website that I trust, right? And then I would click. They also have an affiliate program on here too. So this would be sponsored content, and they probably also have an affiliate set up. So I click through, go to their actual site, I make a purchase. So let's just say, what would be the keywords for this here? Luxury bedding. Okay, let's just say that that's a keyword that this website was ranking for, and they're in second place. Okay, they need some valuable links to their website, and that will help get them in first place. Okay, I would look at this. I would say, okay, Business Insider, great. That's a great website. Let's purchase sponsored content on Business Insider. Let's get them to write an article. Okay, they write an article. They link to your website. That's really powerful SEO. Some of the most powerful SEO development you can really do. Really expensive. This is tens of thousands of dollars you're looking at already in this example. So we have the article going to the website. People who are reading Business Insider are going to read it and click through and go to your site. That's great. You're going to get sales that way. You're going to get the SEO development. Now, on top of that, we'll create a Facebook campaign or a Google campaign, but probably Facebook in this case, Facebook, Instagram, promoting the article, right? Showing that to your subscriber base or your retargeted audience or another audience that you're choosing. They go to the article, they read the article, and they click through and they buy your product, right? And this would apply really just to luxury items or higher end items. This is $300 bedding, so a little bit on the higher end. So that's one potential strategy. Purchasing sponsored content on websites that hold SEO power for a keyword where you're in second, third, maybe fourth place, right? having that set up for the SEO development and people reading the article, clicking through to your website, and then creating a paid advertising campaign for that article, sending people to the article where they read it and then click through and go to your website. That's a very powerful structure that's kind of laid out there. It can be very pricey though. So sponsored content can range anywhere from $50 to the most I paid was $15,000. Yeah, for a single article. Yeah. So it can can get even more expensive than that. I mean, it's a pretty substantial the amount of sponsored content that's out there. So you can diversify. You can get if you really kind of want to focus on SEO for your sponsored content. There's a lot more options kind of out there. If you're kind of just looking for authority and kind of building your brand a little bit more, there's a ton of options out there. So I'm gonna talk about press releases really quick. I'm just going to cover that under sponsored content, though it's kind of not exactly sponsored content, but you're paying for press releases to go out there and be read. So I'm considering it sponsored content in this example. That's a really good option. Basically, if you have any sort of information about your business or product that could be construed or framed as a news story, definitely press release would be a good option. So it's just a one-page write-up. It's just text, and then that's put on Newswire and sent out to a certain amount of news agencies. You can hire people to write press releases. There's a lot of freelancers out there. They're super cheap. For the write-up and sending it out, on the more expensive end, maybe $1,000 you would be spending, and that would get you on potentially, for a full press release, 500 plus news websites, and that includes like Google News websites, Yahoo News websites, and then a bunch of other like local news websites and whatnot. So there's going to be a good amount of people that see that press release, right? The more you can make it news related, launch new product, open new store, website launch, huge sale. It's not really so much a news story, but the more you can frame it as one, the better results you'll get, because a lot more news websites will keep your press release up for a longer period of time. Usually, those press releases can definitely be profitable. Pretty much in every instance where I've done them, they can deliver profitable results. You just definitely don't want to do them too often. This is press releases maybe once every 3 months. Kind of oversaturating, because all those press releases are going to provide a link to your website. So this is another sort of strategy to drive sales and also develop your SEO. So you can look at a list of keywords where you're in third, fourth place, whatever it might be, and include those as anchor links within the press release. An anchor link is basically when you have a word that links to a website. So like right here, Purcell Seats, that word right there. See how it's like, if I click on it, I can go to a website. That would be considered anchor text. Okay. So you could add, 3 or 4 or 5 anchor text within the press release for keywords that you're trying to develop, get that distributed, and now you have 500 links from news websites, including Google and Yahoo, which are pretty high authority. That's as good as it really gets. And if that was part of your overall marketing strategy, doing that every 3 months or every 6 months or whenever there's a news story, that would really help your SEO. And generally, just people seeing the press releases and making a purchase on your site after reading them, it usually pays for itself. So that could definitely be part of your strategy. And then just showing, just again, freelancer websites, if cost is an issue, if you go to like Fiverr, write press release. Let's see here. A lot of these guys can't really write English that well, so don't be too upset if it's pretty unreadable. But you can rewrite it and get it distributed by this guy. So let's see here. How many websites does this go to? Affiliated websites. 500 words. Okay, he doesn't say there. So let's. Yeah. So all these people writing press releases. Right? How call there's filters on here where you can just search for American writers as well. So yeah, this is what, $200. Hundreds of media sites, target specific industries. This would be worth, send them a message, see what they have to say about it. Could be so high value distribution to top tier outlets. include Bing, Google News, Fox, and I mean that definitely sounds worth potentially $200. You just don't want to do it too often because you can kind of saturate your website with a lot of links, and that can hurt you in the long run. But this is a legitimate way to kind of build your SEO. So for newer companies, and you're just getting your SEO in place, definitely a press release is a good way to go. It's not going to get you in trouble, anyway, if you actually write some good content on there. So that's Fiverr. And let me just show you a few of these other services that I've used. So let's go and close these. Yeah, so this is just one of the other services out there for sponsored content. It's good. It's more for like SEO development. I wouldn't really count on it too much for like high quality websites. But if you're just looking for a higher domain authority, links from higher domain authorities, this is something where it's just was it fatjoe.com. I'm not affiliated with them, but they basically they have one service where they outreach to bloggers and say, hey, will you add this link to your blog, or will you write an article, or will you add our article to your blog? And they pay them, and then this company essentially gets a commission from that. So if you're going after more SEO type development, it's a good way to go. But generally, what I would recommend is you can even do a Google search, like look at your competitors, and if you have Ahrefs, again, take a look at Ahrefs, look at all the links going to their website, and then look at the sponsored links. Contact those websites directly. See what you can see. Go to their website and see what their advertising is. That usually those websites have information about the advertising, how much it costs to get an article on their site. It's a good way to go. For this is just more like domain authority. That's kind of what it focuses on. But it's good. It's not bad. This is the niche edit. So this is what I was kind of talking about before, where they would actually contact a website that has an article already, about products that they're related to your business, and then they would edit that article and add a link within it to your website. It's a really good way to go. What's nice about that is with SEO development, if you're writing new content or posting a new page, that's going to take months to get you, some quality results usually. If they're just adding the link to content that's already receiving traffic and has some SEO development, you're going to receive those results much quicker. So niche edits is a good way to develop SEO pretty quickly. Oh, this is this is like another, I was just looking into this one where it's journals mention your business and your link within a news story. I've seen some websites do that. I haven't gotten really too involved with it. I'm just showing you kind of all the options in here. Media placement backlinks. So yeah, this is one where they don't actually show you the websites, which is interesting. Some websites don't do that, but you can look at these websites and see that they have a domain authority of 50 plus. They receive 10,000 hits of traffic every month, which again, traffic, smoke and mirrors, right? We don't really know. There's a lot of variables there, but it says if it's in the U.S., it says wherever. This is I guess, a British company, so they're in pounds, but yeah, I mean, this could potentially be like a good high authority website that you could use to develop your SEO and maybe do some paid advertising too, depending if you're doing like luxury or higher end products, right? So a lot of options there. Even the freelancer websites, there's a lot of guys on there that run websites that put a link on their website for $50, $100, whatever it might be. It's very, very cheap. A lot of those websites are kind of, you might not even want links from those sorts of sites, but depending on the SEO development that you want to do, it's definitely an option. I would say press releases would be, press releases and kind of higher end sponsored content like this would be really a better method to kind of develop. But, if the budget's limited, freelancer websites have, a lot of potential websites you can buy links on. So it's this one. And then content syndication. Yeah, okay, so that's just if you have a blog article or something. But yeah, it's worth looking into. I mean, there's a lot of services that are like Fatjoe too. Just type in link outreach, or sponsored content management should come up with some stuff too, but link outreach should come up with a few things. And then if you're a little bit familiar with SEO or you own Ahrefs, I'd say just look at your competitors, look at your swipe file. You have that list of websites of the major brands that are your competitors or top websites in your industry, right? Go through and just look at all their links. Look at, here, let's see here. Let's take a customer demographics. Swipe file, okay. There's an old trusty swipe file that we love. Put all that work into. So, Shots Web, let's see. Ahrefs. Okay, so I have let's say I have this, CBD sleep product, sleep gummies, right? Let's take a look at their, oops. Just click right here, backlinks. If you click no follow, click sponsored, show results, see if they're doing sponsored content. I'm guessing they are, they're a big one. Okay, so here's Healthline, again, I guess they're a big sponsored content website. Great, yeah, I would say, let's take a look. Medical News Today, Psych Central, and yeah, these are all, what's great about Psych Central and Medical News Today is like Google considers that a medical website or an information website, but they do so much sponsored content, it's kind of a joke. And so that's a really like high authority, powerful website to get your link on. Yeah, I mean, out of 100, they're 91. That's a pretty powerful site. So let's just see. Yeah, it's just like a sponsored content affiliate setup. Let's see. Get out of here. Well, this is a long fucking article. Okay. Again, for SEO development, this is pretty. I just want to see their advertising. Oh, I see what they're doing. Okay. Let me see. I just want to see what kind of advertising setup they have here. Come on. About us. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so 25 grand is the minimum investment. I don't know how much that covers, but just so you can kind of see, with these bigger sites, it's definitely a bigger numbers game. So for them, they don't allow guest sponsored posts. So basically you would pay them and they would write an article and, maybe you approve it. I'm not sure, but it's they kind of have control over this, but they're such a powerful site. Just having a link from them would be a definitely game changer. I mean, look, if you're let's just say I was number 2 for CBD gummies, okay? Having a link that gets, well, according to this isn't always completely accurate, but like, this page right here, or this page, this Medical News Today article receives a little over 10,000 visitors per month. Okay, if you ended up spending $10,000 for that content, 3% of people read the article and click through and buy something on your site, could absolutely be worth it. These are things you just kind of have to consider. If that budget is available, that's something to consider being part of your strategy. So yeah, shape.com. Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of websites where you can get sponsored content. Yeah, these are all high authority domains too. Yeah, so it's all really good stuff. So yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of options there. So quick review. All right. Sponsored content, definitely good. Whenever possible, use it to enhance your current SEO standing. So look for keywords where you're kind of in second or third place. Find websites that allow sponsored content and hold SEO power for that keyword. Look at your competitors, from your swipe file, if possible, in Ahrefs. You can just type in the name of the company and sponsored content as well. Should come up with some things. So that's a good way to find those sort of links. so that you're getting the benefits of sponsored content, people reading the article, going through to your website, buying something, and then you're also getting the added benefit of SEO development. So you're getting to the better placement because you're getting a link from that sponsored content. Okay. Third, you could potentially run paid advertising to that sponsored content. That's if you're running kind of higher end products or luxury brands, it could be a good way to go. They read it, you have higher authority, they click through, and you can purchase on your website. So you're getting three really good benefits there for sponsored content, you're getting the SEO development, and then the paid advertising, additional conversions from the paid advertising. Outside of that, press releases could be a potentially good way to go. Very cheap to do. You just don't want to do too many of them, but one every few months or when there's a large news story really would help your SEO and usually pays for itself pretty quickly. Freelancer services have a lot of those services where they write and distribute your press release. Let's see here. Yeah, and then there's other services like Fat Joe and other outreach link services. So that's pretty much what I got on sponsored content and how to really use it to help different aspects of your business and different marketing channels, and how it can kind of all play off of each other. It's a big, it's a big ecosystem. That's the word. There you go. But yeah, that's what I got. See you in the next one.